Welcome to DucBloke Tuning and Finding the Sweet Spot. Grab a cup of coffee and like and subscribe.
And welcome back to DucBloke Tuning, Finding the Sweet Spot. Thank you to Liam from New Mexico for sending this to me. He's one of our subscribers. This is the XENNS Mangird T Pro. Very popular IEM at its price point, mid-tier, punches above its weight class. And you're about to find out why. Unboxing. I didn't get the box, but I did get the case. Case looks like it's a PU leather case on the outside. On the inside, it does look like it's real suede though, and it sort of smells like it's real suede. So they may have used some cow leather here. The IEM itself, I've got it on one of my stands here. You can't really see the shells and how they shimmer. So I'm going to put up a video. So now you can see around the IEM and see just how pretty it is. It's a little bit understated. It shimmers in green and purple when the light hits it. It has a very nice cable. The cable is modular and it's knurled and threaded. It's something that I really like in an IEM. I don't like the press-on, push-pull versions. You press this on, but then there is a thread that actually secures it. And we'll show that on the next slide. It comes with 8 different tips as well, both silicone and foam. Here's a little bit of a closer look at the IEMs. You can see how they sparkle a little bit. Sort of looks like a galaxy far, far away. There is the plug. It's not too long. You can see it just here. It is not very long. It has a 3.5 and a 4.4. Here are the specs on this IEM. 2 DDs, 6 BAs. The BAs are branded, appear to be nulls, most of them anyway. 13 ohms, so 8 drivers per side, does very, very well. And it says here that the price is $359. I just looked at Amazon, it's on sale, $341. Grab it before their stocks are out because the tariffs are coming into place. If you've been in the market for a great IEM at about the $300 mark, this is your set. Let's talk about how this tunes. The first 30 songs that I listen to are with my PEQ array that I make, anyone who follows the channel, so a bunch of different PEQs that I load into my DX320 Max Ti DAP. I then listen to all 30 songs. As I go through these songs, I pick which PEQ I think sounds best with it. And what I noticed about this the most is the widespread. It went anywhere from neutral all the way up to warm 3, which is very uncommon. Most of the IEMs that I tune really stay within a smaller zone. So for some reason, this tended to like, because I use such a wide spread of music, this tended to like a wider spread of PEQs for that reason. But a lot of them did fall in this region, so I found a best setting for this. Here's what the graph looks like before the tuning happens. It's a little bit of a W shape. It's not really a U tuning, it's more of a W, because this elevates through here ever so slightly in the mids at about 450 hertz. It has a very good bass tuck, it has bass over treble, and it has a very flat, good treble extension. This is where I wound up in the tuning that I did. I elevated this by about 3.5 dB in the bass region. I glided it down, my tuck wasn't as severe, I glided it down at about 200 hertz, brought the vocals, the male vocals in particular, slightly more forward, and then I actually recessed the pina gain ever so slightly, and then I extended the treble just a little bit out past 15, but I also brought it up at the 6K region. Now this tucks down really well at 6K. A lot of people are sensitive at 6K. This is where a lot of sibilance comes in the vocals, that you hear. I was able to elevate it again by about a dB in that region until it just started, because that adds a little bit more sparkle to it as well. This is what I wound up with. So the reason this is such a highly rated IEM, loved by the community, isn't just its price at $341, it's its performance. It's a very good all-rounder. Out of the box, it's a 9.08 out of 10, putting it into the lower A tier. It is an A tier IEM at this price point. It's excellent. Everything's good. Everything from the bass region, the mids, the treble, soundstage detail, layering, slam, sibilance, timbre, tonality, texture. There's nothing I can fault about this. The only thing I did with my PEQ is I took a diamond and I polished it. I made it a little bit better. I added the biggest region that I improved was adding more bass to it, because I'm a bit of a bass head, which then give it more slam and more note weight. But everything did elevate ever so slightly and brought it up to a 9.36. Here's the bar graph that shows that most of the elevation that happened was in the bass region and the slam and the note weight, but everything on average did elevate and bring this IEM up even further by about 0.28. Here's where it fits before PEQ was applied to it. Again, I mentioned it was an A tier, $341. It scored a 9.08, which made it number 9 in my ranking list. It's in very good company here. It's the cheapest of all the IEMs in this region. So here you have the MegaFi VST Base Plus. It is better, but it's at $589. It's the closest one in price. The EBC 80 is about $700, and it is just under it by 0.02 in my ranking. The Spectromica is a much more expensive, but again, it's also, you know, the opening experience, the cable itself, the IEMs are made out of titanium, I believe. There's money to be had there, but if you want a bargain for something that is excellent quality, $341. Out of the box, this thing is A tier. It's great. Now let's talk about where it lands after PEQ. So now it is a 9.36. It is mid to upper A tier. It fits in between the Spectromica and the EBC 80 at number 10 in my ranking list. The MegaFi VST is better. The RA is better. The Prismatica I thought was better than this, but ever so slightly. And at this price point, it's a bargain. You can get two. Anyway, it really is a great price for an IM. So my overall ranking, the Mangird T Pro, A tier before and after PEQ, good cable, great price. Highly, highly recommend this IEM. Grab one. If you're in the market for a mid-tier, grab it before the prices go up again. Go to Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. Thank you again to Liam out of New Mexico. This is going back to you tomorrow. Very much appreciated. My subscribers sending me their IEMs and being patient with me because I do have a backlog. I've got quite a few. I think I got 4 or 5 that I have to do next. I think I'm doing the Meta. So the Crinier Meta is going to be my next IEM. I've finished all of my listening. I'll probably post that later this week. With that, please like and subscribe the channel. Ask me for the PEQ, but if you ask me for the PEQ, make sure you're subscribed as well. Be very much appreciated if you could subscribe to the channel and follow. Send me an email. I'll send you the PEQ for this, and then I'd love to hear your feedback. And with that, DucBloke out.
Thank you for visiting DucBloke Tuning and finding the sweet spot. Your comments are very much appreciated. I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. Share the PEQ settings with you if you own these particular IEMs or if you plan on purchasing them to maximize your investment. Again, thank you so much for supporting the project.